Welcome back to SBK English Academy. In today's class, I am going to discuss one of the most important literary figure and also literary critics of Roman. After Plato and Aristotle, he was the dominating figure in the history of English literary theory. He gave his own contribution to literary theory. He lived between 65 to 8 BC. See, Horace lived around the 1st BC. The center of literary and cultural activities shifted from Alexandria to Rome in Greek, the capital of Roman Empire. With the age of Augustus Caesar, 31 BC and AD 14, there was a golden age of poetry and criticism in the hands of Virgil, Ovid, and Horace. The following factors are responsible for the flowering of art and letters. Augustus Caesar and his courtiers patronized art. It was an age of peace, not war, so men turned to literature to achieve distinction. There was an upsurge of nationalism in Rome, and a need was felt to equal or excel the Greek masters. So, there was a revival of Greek classicism in Rome. Both Virgil and Horace pleaded for the study of Greek classics. So, Ars Poetica, or the art of poetry, was the great work written by Horace. It was his great contribution. So, it compares to the poetics of Aristotle. After Aristotle, Ars Poetica, or the art of poetry, is the great work which is given its contribution to English literary theory. Horace began a new tradition in literary criticism and stands out as the most influential Roman critic. Throughout his poetry runs a criticism of contemporary manners, morals, politics, and thoughts. The main body of his critical theory is contained in Ars Poetica, or the art of poetry. So this is the work of Horace. All his critical thoughts and views are discussed in this only work, Ars Poetica, or the art of poetry. A work which equaled Aristotle poetics in its influence during the Renaissance. Ars Poetica seems formless and unsystematic, but a closer examination reveals a well marked scheme of treatment. The subject matter falls into three divisions. The whole textbook of Ars Poetica, or the art of poetry, can be divided into three parts. Each part has its own importance, has its own that theme. See, the first one, that is poiesis, or the treatment of the subject matter of poetry, the first part relating to poetry. And the second part, poema, or form, the form of the poetry. How should be written the poetry? Three, poeta, or the poet. How should be the poet? What qualities he has, or what qualities he has to get to write poetry. So that is about that poet. Now we have to discuss the first part of the art of poetry, or the ars poetica, that is poiesis, means poem or poetry. See, according to Horace, poetry is not mere imitation, it is creative adaptation Ars Poetica opens with the assertion that a poem must have an organic unity. See, according to Horace, that poetry should have an organic unity. And he says that poetry is not mere imitation, so it is the work of creation. He says, the poet is free to indulge his fancy, but he must not create monsters or impossible figures. The poet, he advises to the poets, they do not create monsters or the impossible characters and impossible figures. They are not impossible, they were not existed on this earth, so that is not possible to create in poetry according to Horace. See, he introduced the term purple patch. Purple patch means a brilliant or ornate passage in a literary composition, usually in the midst of mediocrity. The subject chosen widely should be simple and consistent. The subject we have to choose to write the poetry should be simple and consistent. The language of poetry is finer and higher than the language of the common man. So that Horace says that a poet should select the language of higher than common man. The language of poetry should be finer and higher. We do not select the language of the common man. How that Wordsworth says the language of common man is very important to write poetry. Horace said, language is like a tree, and the words are leaves which wither every year and are succeeded by new ones. How the tree sprouts every year, it gets new shoots and new leaves. In the same way that Horace says that the poetry should get the new language, new words every year. A man can coin new words and revive old ones, but this should be done with discretion only when absolutely necessary. If there is no necessary, we do not revive the old ones. Next part of the poetics is poema or the form. The form of the poetry. This is most thoroughly handled of the three divisions, and as a form of poetry is treated as at length to the exclusion of the lyric and the epic. The plot should be based on old familiar stories, and novelty may be imported by skillful treatment. New themes may be invented, but for the successful treatment, the poet requires great skill. A plot construction should plunge straight into the middle of things in medias as in Homer. Comic themes should not be treated in the lofty vein of tragedy or tragic themes in the low vein of comedy. All the incidents of the plot should have a logical connections. The incidents which the poet is going to create in the poetry should have a logical connection. If there is no logical connection in the incidents of the plot, so that should not become a good poetry. Now that is, see the next other information about poem or form. The poet must be true to life in characterization Character must be consistent. The dramatist must know what to represent on the stage and what to repeat to the audience. Ugly and horrible incident should happen off stage. Next point, a play should not have more or less than 5 acts. See, Horace particularly said about the acts of plays or the dramas. How many acts are set to plays or the dramas? He said strictly that a play should consist of 5 acts. There must not be more than 3 characters in a scene. Any play should have only 3 characters in a scene, not more than those 3 characters. The gods should not intervene in the action unless when absolutely essential. If there is essential, we should have the intervention of the god in the scenes. Otherwise, not necessary. The denouement should be the natural outcome of the incident and not a matter of chance. The chorus should form an integral part of the play. According to Horace, that every play should have a chorus. The chorus plays very important role according to Horace. The Greek model should be strictly followed. The poet who wants to achieve excellence must read them by day and meditate by night. Poeta, the third part of the Ars of Poetica is poeta. Poeta means poet. How should be the poet? What are the eligible qualities the poet should have? The poet should have to write poetry. See, the art of poetry is the outcome of incessant toil. A poem should be revised, blotted, and pruned several times until it attains artistic excellence. That in the third form, that Horace says that a poet should put his hard efforts to compose a poem, and also he has to revise those, and also he has to prune or edit it many times, draft it many times until it attains artistic excellence. So directly, if you write poem and publish, it will not be good. The poet must not be in a hurry to publish his works and should let it stand for over a decade. According to him, a poet should not publish his poems very soon. He has to take some time, at least a decade. A poet must be keen observer of men and manners. Nobility and dignity of soul are also necessary. Poetry should both teach and delight, with greater stress on teaching. A poet should instruct or please, or he may combine both these functions. But for the sake of pleasing, he should not indulge in romantic extravagance. He should aim at mixing pleasure with profit. He should be brief, for only then should the people give heed to the instruction. See, great poets have been great prophets. So a poet should not feel ashamed of his art. He must be proud of it. As is painting, so is poetry. This is very important praise. A question is asked on this phrase in the previous net question paper. Be careful about this. Poetry in its widest sense, imaginative text. Poetry merited the same careful interpretation that was in Horace's day, reversed for painting. So these are some great contributions given by Horace to English literary theory. First time in the history of English literature that Horace used or fixed the acts of the dramas. He said a drama should or a play should have 5 acts. So I think if you I think you like this video and also subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you one and all.